sure Rocky's starting to have my tits.
Yeah, okay.
Apparently, war has broken out in Sudan this Saturday.
Wow.
Hey everybody, good to see you. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you could make it on this awesome fine evening. I hope you're all doing well. I have a full panel tonight in Elements. It's really good to see you guys. Good to see you, Just Bill, Paul, Michael Khan, PJ Cruikshank, The Hammer, and Arwen. How are you guys all doing?
Good evening.
Groovy.
Hello, hello.
It's good.
Short answers tonight since there's so many of us.
But it's good to have you all in. I hope you guys can hear them. I did do I think it was 7 attempts at getting the stream set up to hopefully get it working for tonight. So you guys should be able to hear them. But it's good to see you all. Thank you all for coming. Tonight is going to be one that I think will be interesting because I haven't watched the video to be honest, but it's on Scimandan. It was based on how to shut a flat earther up for good.
So,
Yeah, and when I saw that, I'm like, this I have to see.
Dan couldn't shut the door.
So I did put a poll up. Scimandan has no science. Yes, 41%. No, 59%. And maybe not sure, 0%. The thing is, guys, this is again a catch-22 poll. If you say yes, you're saying yes, he has no science. If you say no, you agree he has no science. So it doesn't matter which one you choose. Scimandan has no science. So
He has got science. It's in his name.
Oh yeah, he just needs to put a white lab coat on, right? But it's good to see you all. Alan Norstrand, Moxie, Dart, PJ Cruikshank obviously in, Peanut, Jeff Gashead, Black Circle, Sean Hawkins, Michael Khan, Rocket Man, hey, haven't seen you in a while, good to see you. What else did I see there? Yeah, you guys went on. Alan Norstrand, as I said. Glenn Sarge, good to see you, mate. Nick Volt, glad to have you on. If you guys haven't already, do watch last night's show where Nick came on to have a discussion. I really, really enjoyed it, and I hope to have one in future again. Thank you very much for coming. RH, also good to see you. Rock Oxford Spirit, thank you for coming, mate. Oh yeah, Oxford Spirit. PJ says he timed you out by accident.
Oh yeah, sorry, dude. It was meant to be Sean, and I'm working with touchscreen, and it was a slip of the finger. Sorry, I did explain. Sorry, man.
And then we got Trinity 4 in. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. He says, how much annoying can be packed into one Glober? Exactly. Jess Palmer, good to see you too. Tony Whitcomb, thank you for coming. He says, you can start now, I'm here. Okay, Paul, I'm glad the sound is good in YouTube. That's great. Walter Costello, thank you for coming. It's good. A lot of people in tonight. Jamacho Wombat and Timothy Southwick. Yeah. So, before we start, what do you guys have to say about Scimandan's claim? I mean, his claim is how to shut a flat earther up for good. So that's quite a positive claim to me.
Well, he'll just
Good
say
luck with that.
he'll just say something like because Globers say so, because say so.
I'm sorry, I don't know what he's gonna say, but he's tried this sort of thing many, many times before this, years, and it's always a complete dud, a complete lame, nonsensical thing. Because that's what Scimandan does.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, exactly. But like I
They're
said,
just
yeah, and that's quite a very hectic claim. So, do you think he's going to shut us all up for good? Hi, also REM, good to see you. Gordzilla37, thank you very much for coming. Good to see you, mate. And he gifted again 5 memberships. Thank you very, very much, mate. Wow, Sean Hawkins is now a member. Well, I was a member before.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Titan Long, welcome to membership. Ryan, thank you for joining members. 2 Wolves and Into the Break. So yeah, thank you again, Godzilla, for your support. It's really, really appreciated. And Rob Keane, also good to see you. Okay, you guys ready to see this devastating thing that's going to shut up flat earthers for good?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do this.
For the last 2 weeks, we've been looking at a recent interview of David Weiss from the channel DI.
I just gotta find out. You guys can hear Scimandan, correct? In YouTube, because
No,
I can't.
not yet. Not yet. Mm.
I just found out I can't hear him.
I can't hear it either.
Maybe that's a good thing.
No, but I need to hear what he's saying so we can rebut it.
I know I'm joking.
So I get you guys sorted on. Okay, let's see if it's gonna play on my phone. Because then
I can hear something faintly. Something very faint.
It's probably just Dan mumbling.
Yeah, I'm gonna try again.
TRH, as he shares his little
Because he usually
flat
does
earth
start with
slideshow. And in those videos, I've been explaining
It's a
exactly
YouTube
with
here.
sponsors and stuff.
It's on our end. YouTube can hear it.
Okay, audio's good. They can hear. Okay,
Right, okay.
so I'll just have to play it and listen to it on my phone every time.
Right. We'll just have to guess by what he's looking at.
Okay.
I could turn my YouTube up, but then it's just got to, no, I can't, it's not got to work that way. It's just got feedback.
No stress. I'll listen to YouTube through my phone. Okay, let's press play, and then when we get to a place, I'll just have to stop it. Obviously, it's gonna have a delay because it plays through YouTube, but let's try it like that.
how I would approach this if it was a debate with David and this was the information he was bringing forth. Well, some of you may be pleased to hear that this is the final part in this little mini-series, and in this one, I'm not messing around. Comes to creating the ultimate grooming and hygiene bundle. The Wacker 2.0 with a powerful 7,000 RPM today to get 20% off and free international shipping. Use the code Scimandan at checkout. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code Scimandan.
No, this is downloaded.
I can't hear out.
Yeah, I couldn't hear that on YouTube either. I checked. So
I can hear it on YouTube on my phone.
yeah, but it's barely coming through your mic.
Really? Are you guys think it's really soft though?
No, it's working fine. It's working fine on YouTube. Like if I mute you and turn up my tablet, I can hear it fine on YouTube.
Just can't hear it in here.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I muted myself, so I wasn't putting it through the thing.
Well, look, we can do it this way.
Yeah, that's barely coming through your mic.
You guys can hear that. Okay, guys, this is going to be difficult because I got the sound working for Element to work through you guys, but now I don't have the video working.
Wow.
So, no, the video is working on YouTube, but I don't have it that we can hear it. You know what I'm going to try to do? Let me just...
Cowboy job.
Let me try this.
Manscaped.com.
Oh,
Oh, no, that's not going to work.
It's like you're inside a big echoey spring.
Yeah, that won't work. I thought it might work.
Right, back to today's video, which as we know is a
It's like going to have to make it as soft as possible. Let's try this again. I'll put it as soft that I can maybe start hearing that it doesn't echo. Oopsie.
continuation of David Weiss's presentation on the Strange Planet podcast.
Okay, I can just hear it.
Now, in the last one we discussed
I'll make it a bit louder. Just before it starts echoing. Maybe it will work like this.
gravity, and Dave is moving on to exactly what flat Earth
I can
is.
hear that.
Okay, now I can hear that. Okay, guys. So I'm going to play it like this because I can hear it. You guys can hear it. And I don't think there's any echo. So let's go back 10 seconds to where he starts talking about, I think he was talking about David Weiss. Let's do this.
Scimandan at checkout. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code
20% off. Okay, I can
Scimandan
do that.
at manscaped.com. Right, back to today's video, which as we know is a continuation of David Weiss's presentation on the Strange Planet podcast. Now, in the last one we discussed gravity, and Dave is moving on to exactly what flat Earth is.
Okay, so he's making claims saying Dave is trying to explain exactly what flat Earth is. Do you
This
guys
is-
know exactly what flat Earth is, to be honest?
No, but this is a problem. this is my issue with Dave because he goes around making claims that flat earthers think this and they say that, and that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, I mean, I agree because we all, as logical thinkers, we can't make claims on what flat Earth really is because we don't know. I mean, we know we're stationary, we know it's a horizontal plane, we know we are contained, but do we know everything about our reality? We can't say that because we're very limited to how we can explore and how we are able to actually figure out everything. But one thing we do know, the globe is definitely not real. It's been shown false. It violates natural laws. It's just shown to be a pseudoscientific belief system and nothing more. So, yeah.
Yep.
Away you go, David.
Where are we in the who was that? Was that Schopenhauer? The three stages of truth. Where are we? Are we in ridicule, violently opposed, or how?
We're in the final stage. We're in the final stage of, oh my God, I need to accept this. Richard, there's a lot of people coming out. There's a lot of big names. There's a lot of movie stars. They're all telling us to keep going.
Now, I'd be asking Dave here, which movie stars and what scientific credentials do they have?
Okay, so that's the first argument. The first argument was presented, I don't know if you heard that, but he was saying we in the end time because a lot of the movie stars and stuff are saying the earth is flat. So Scimandan's rebuttal to that would be because I mean he's trying to say if I was debating, this is what I would give my arguments to. I think this is the whole reason he doesn't do debates.
What would his answer to that though? No, they're in.
No, his answer. He said his answer would be, I would ask him, which actors are the ones that's saying this, and what are their scientific credentials? So he's immediately appealing to authority, and immediately appealing to what's that one of the education?
Appealing to credentials, but
Credentials, yeah, credentials, exactly. So that's really idiotic. I wouldn't say that's even a rebuttal to what Dave White had brought up. So this is already showing Scimandan wouldn't make a very good debater if he thinks this is shutting a flat earth up when he asks such idiotic questions. Because he starts off with fallacies.
Yeah, and ends off with, because physics says so. Sorry, I overused that tonight, but you know.
Okay, let's go on to carry on listening to what he's saying.
There's a lot of pilots that are coming out. Wait until you see the next level, which you'll find at flatearthdave.com. When it comes out, the level with me, it's a game changer. Wait till you see this movie. I'm going to send you links when it comes out.
Oh, I can't wait for level 3. Another mass debunking coming up there.
You're going to...
Okay. Another mass debunking, he says, just because he started saying there's a new documentary coming out or something. I saw the preview. They were talking a lot about Sataloons and stuff. But yeah, they say it's full of, like you heard Dave White, it's a game changer, so I'm interested to see what the game changer would be.
It's not really a game changer, is it? It's what we've been talking about for 7-8 years.
It's the same information that's been out all this time.
Yeah.
It's just they take the information and they make it look pretty. They dress it up for media and then say, oh, now we are brilliant. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's not. I don't know what game changing it's going to be, but I'll be interested to see the actual documentary because they do good production work. The rebuttal from Scimandan to that is, I can't wait to see it because we can debunk. And this falls back to my whole premise when we say the anti-flat earthers need us. They wouldn't have content without flat earth. And that's as simple as that.
I have it. So what is the flat earth, right? So we have the heliocentric ball, which is a lumpy rock with smooth water, curved water, which has never been measured. There's no curvature ever measured. We've done laser tests, some mirror flashes. We can see farther than than a ball 100 times the size would allow.
Now, at this point, I would argue that it has been measured, and by a flat earther no less. Now, I would play the famous Jeranism clip, this one.
Oh. First, I've got to point out, can you see how Jeren is cutting out those holes? Come on. Scimandan, it has never been measured, and what you're showing on screen is not a measurement of the Earth curve. It's simply showing you don't understand why it wouldn't work. We've explained this many times. I mean, cut the hole in a board like this, and it doesn't align properly. It won't work. Let's see if I can quickly draw again on Mr. Crayon Munching paint for people.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is the water line, because he was next to water. Now he has his little cardboard partitions. He places them distances away from each other. First of all, how do you know that this part has not got a little higher elevation than that part, or lower than that part? Because we all seen ground before it goes like this, correct?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a stationary horizontal plane, but it has things called topography, and you've got elevation changes on top of that horizontal plane reference. So you don't even know if that first lines up. Secondly, then you can say, okay, he's cutting out holes like a dog's breakfast. So you cut a hole there, cut a hole there, and he cut a hole there, and he thinks they're lined up perfect. Now we're going to go, he's going to shine his light through the first hole. And he thinks it's going to hit there, but look at the angles. Now it goes through, but it doesn't go through the last one, because it's not aligned properly. He cut it out like a dog's breakfast. You understand?
Yeah.
So when he lifts it up above the boards, there's no obstruction here, because he's got it lifted up above the boards. Not because of Earth curve, but because Jeren and them made a dog's breakfast of a presentation. Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about this all the time. If Jeren were really taking this seriously, I know if I was Jeren taking this seriously, I would have got the stuff CNC cut. I would have got the ground leveled 100% to make sure everything is sitting perpendicular to vertical, horizontal, everything 100%. And he didn't even try. He didn't even try. You can see he literally, I mean, who goes to the site when you're doing your so-called experiment, that's not an experiment by the way, and cuts out holes like you're doing it 5 minutes before you need to hand in the homework? It doesn't work that way. It's very simple stuff. So they misrepresent what is actually going on, and this is why I say Jeren really didn't take this very seriously.
You have a backup experiment?
Come on. Let's just go look at that hole again. Look at this hole. You're telling me that looks correct. I mean, that's polystyrene. And it's even got jagged edges and stuff. Hey Sam, is there echo?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
I have no idea why there's echo, guys.
I thought it was so that we could hear Scimandan's video in Element. I thought that's why there were an echo.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was echoing.
Yeah, that's the only way I can hear. I've got it as soft as I can so I can just hear the argument.
Yeah, but that's why there's an echo in it, so
Yeah.
that we can hear it like.
So
That's
I
right.
can't believe the computer mic is actually picking that up, because I can hardly hear it. Yeah, I seriously have no idea what Flatwood is saying. Awful sound. I know there's awful sound, guys. I'm really, really sorry. I am really trying hard to get the right equipment so it can work. But it does make it difficult.
But there is this like, if they don't like it, they can always get lost, can't they?
Oh yeah.
That's,
No one's forcing them to be here. Unfortunately, guys, I am trying to do something about the sound. Paul, Antonio did give me some money so I can try and get a microphone stuff. We've decided on a microphone and processing unit, so that's quite cool. But I first have to wait for the money to be paid out, and then I have to wait for it to get delivered.
Moxie and Charlie Welch are now the only one. They're all just they're just acting like little bitches. You know what I mean? Sitting there and talking about people acting like little bitches.
Moxie's only good at
Moxie, I thought you were all right, but you're just being a little bitch.
Moxie's only good at mouth when there's other ballers in. Any other time, he's nice at pat.
Yeah, exactly, Moxie. Sorry.
Television said it was fine 2 minutes ago. You see, then I don't understand. I didn't change anything. So I don't understand why it would all of a sudden cause it to have more reverb all of a sudden. Maybe it's because the sound on the video that Scimandan's showing is just maybe loud on his side. Could be. Let's carry on and see if it's going to work.
We have a backup experiment. If you're seeing through this hole, through the next hole, and seeing the light at the backboard or at 17 feet off the water, the Earth is flat. If he's holding it up at 23 feet high and we're seeing the light, well, that's because the Earth's curved. So I should only be able to see it when it's at 17 feet. Okay, go ahead and drive down there, Enrique. You're going to hold the light there. Enrique, how high is your light?
17 feet.
I mean, it's as, we don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
And I would ask Dave to explain that if the Earth was indeed flat, how did Jeren get the results he did?
Okay, back to that. He said he would ask him, how would, if the Earth was flat, then how did he get the results he did? I simply just explained to you on paint, that's why he would get the results he did, because he did his homework like a dog's breakfast, and many other reasons.
Only the lonely, I don't wear panties. I don't know about Michael, but I don't wear panties. I wear boxers, mate.
I'll slap him with my panties.
You know what I mean? And another comment like that in your time there, dude.
Timing right.
Tony Whitcomb says, this is all my fault for the audio. I never PayPal. No, mate. No stress. Paul also gave money through PayPal. The problem is the last 2 days I've been trying to pay it through, and the bank has been having issues with doing PayPal arrangements. And we wanted, as soon as we wanted to pay through, when it did work, the exchange rate changed. So now the exchange rate has gone up again, that we can do it. Now the app doesn't want to work. So hopefully it works tomorrow. My wife can try that. Then it takes 2 to 3 working days for the money to show in our account. Then it's going to take another 5 to 7 days for the stuff to get to us. So yeah, but I mean this audio stuff is, I can hear myself echoing now as well. Something's changing. Something's changing. I can hear myself echoing as well. And I haven't done anything. So, yeah, guys, I don't know why there's so much echo. I'm really, really sorry. But yeah, back to the argument. The reason we saw that Scimandan, there is called precision. If you're not precise in your measurements and stuff, you're not going to have a very set quote-unquote demonstration, because that's not an experiment that he did there. He did a demonstration on showing how idiotic he is. If I put it that way. Any comment from you guys?
Paul's just asking if he could share YouTube feed to us in Element, if that might make a difference.
Oh yeah, that might work better. Would you do that, Paul? But you see, if we do that anyway, it's going to have a delayed sound.
Yeah.
So we'll have to stop and listen to that delay and then play it on. He did a demonstration on showing how idiotic he is.
He's Paul sharing that now anyway.
Any comment from you guys?
Paul's just asking if he could share YouTube feed to us in Element.
Bro,
he's already sharing it.
Sounds like you just went deeper into the cave.
Would you do that, Paul? Does it sound worse now? It's going to have a delay.
Ooh.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, it got work.
Delayed and then play.
Dude, like, how is this feedback happening?
I have no idea.
Bullshit.
It's like super delayed feedback.
Comment from you guys?
Paul just asking if he could share YouTube feed to us in Element.
Bro,
He's already sharing it.
sounds like you just went deeper into the cave.
Well, we're repeating and repeating a lot. We've been repeating a lot of times.
Yo,
What the
maybe
not
you
gonna
should
work.
mute.
Guys,
And what's going on?
wow, okay. Guys,
Not
whatever
good.
happened there, I have no idea.
We were repeating and repeating, like it was going back and forward. It was crazy.
Yeah, he had it on speaker as he was basically playing it, so it's a feedback loop.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a little bit.
Mr. Groovy House says, why don't you go and replicate the experiment? First of all, it's not an experiment. And do it as accurately as precisely as you can. First of all, you would go to a place and you make sure the ground is level. Secondly, you would usually have the thing CNC cut to make sure it is as precise as possible, and you would have a proper condensed laser so the light would not be spread out.
Yo, your sound is restored, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, no. I don't know what we're going to do. No clue. Otherwise, maybe we can watch it through YouTube and we just, his video, and we just have it on silent movie, because we'll just have what's his words on the bottom?
Subtitles, captions.
There we go, subtitles. Okay. Yeah, I think let's do that for tonight, guys. Sorry about this. I was stressing my ass off to get the sound working. I thought we had it working. And, well, for you guys, at least you'll have the sound. We won't have the sound, though. For us, that's the problem.
.com. The global
Oh, wait. I can hear it on YouTube. I can't hear it on my desktop, but I can hear it on YouTube. Okay. Hopefully there's not going to be any issues now. Okay. And are you guys able to hear this?
Okay, how high is your light?
No.
Okay, so everybody in Element won't hear tonight. Sorry, guys. So I'm guessing everybody in Element might want to go to hop into YouTube then, if you want to be able to know what's going on. My wife says, your sound is terrible. I know. I got no way of trying to pick up what the hell's going on. Okay.
I mean, it's his. We don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
And I would ask Dave to explain that if the Earth was indeed flat, how did Jeren get the results he did?
And then there's air adjacent to a void and of zero pressure, a vacuum of space. Okay, that's again scientifically impossible. We can get into that.
Yes, we can. But if Dave would be reciting the second law of thermodynamics, we can also get into how that would be wrong.
So that was his rebuttal, guys. Dave Weiss says about the law of entropy, the second law of thermodynamics, the gas you breathe would fill the available space. What was his response? If he got into that, he would just tell him it's wrong. Yeah. Sorry guys, are you not able to hear what's going on?
No, I mean, I can mute Element here and turn it up on my tablet, but because of the delay, by the time you start talking again, I've only heard about 10 seconds of it. Do you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about the guys on YouTube.
Oh, sorry.
All saying it's like borderline unwatchable.
Oh, okay.
But I mean,
I find that with Scimandan generally, so I'm okay not listening to him.
That's about right.
Yeah, he doesn't really have everything, but that's my whole point now. He's Dave Weiss brings up gas law, the entropy law, second law of thermodynamics, and the response from Scimandan is simply, if he talked about it, he would just tell him it's wrong. That's it. That's his rebuttal. You guys, you see, this whole point is Scimandan wouldn't be able to debate, and that's why he doesn't have debates. Because if he debated, he wouldn't have any arguments, just like he's doing now. He just simply hand-wave dismisses the argument and says, therefore, he's wrong. What kind of... Yes, so far 20 minutes of talking about the sound, 15 seconds of the video. Yeah. The audience says the video sounds good, Flatwood is the only echo. I have no idea why I'm echoing, guys. I wish I could do something about that, but... do I need a new producer, Nick? Actually, I just need proper equipment. That's it. It's just equipment. Unfortunately, it's just because I actually have...
You need an audio guy.
I have a mic, guys, but it's some zing-dong rubbish that just didn't work. So, yeah, that's why I'm using the pin mic now on the computer, so you guys can at least hear me. Sorry that I am in a cave, but it's unfortunately out of my hands. I've set up every kind of setting I can. It just doesn't seem to want to work with me. It's the curse of the bad sound.
But I want for your listeners to know what the flat Earth is. We're not a disk floating in space. We're not a disk where everything pulls you to the center. Like you Google flat Earth, you'll find a Vsauce video where it says, as you walk to the edge, you're going to have to lean forward, and by the time you get to the edge, you're going to be standing sideways. That's not flat Earth. Down is down. In Australia, in America, in South America, in UK, down is down for everybody. Up is up for everybody. Left and right, forward and back is all relative to where you're facing, but down is down, up is up.
And I would argue with Dave here that this is the same on a globe. Up is up and down is down no matter where you are.
Up is up and down is down on the globe. No, Scimandan, we've explained this many times. Do you know what antipodal means? I don't think Dan knows what antipodal means, guys. This is a beloved globe. Now we're going to have someone stand up on the globe, okay? We're going to have another person stand up on the globe. And how about another person stand up on the globe? And another one up on the globe. Now, to this person, down is down, up is up. To this person, up is up, down is down, same. Correct? What's he missing here? What's he missing? They all have this different up and down.
A brain.
Yeah, it's antipodal. This guy's feet is antipodal to this guy's feet. This guy's feet is antipodal to this guy's feet. Does he understand that they are perpendicular to one another? They are perpendicular to one another.
Yep.
They're not the same. He's an idiotic moron. Now let's take the flat Earth for instance. He has the ground. This guy is standing upright. He's got down and up. This guy is standing in a different location. This guy is standing in a different location. This guy is standing in a different location. What do you see? Scimandan, what do you see? Up is up. Down is down. Up is up. Down is down. Up is up. Down is down. And so on. It doesn't matter where you are located. It's always the same relative directions. So Scimandan doesn't have an actual whooping bloop in what he's talking about. If I can put it that way. He doesn't know what he's talking about. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Is there any element? If you're able to talk. Okay, I guess not. Let's move on. So Scimandan doesn't even know how up and down work on a ball.
I'm not standing antipodal with my feet to somebody in Australia or China. That's not how it works. Everything is down. So what is the flat Earth? If you think about this, large bodies of water at rest are flat, absolutely flat all the time. There's no curvature ever. Navy ships, we have.
Hey Nathan, first thing he comes in, does Flat Earth know he's got feedback loop? Yes, and I've got nothing I can do about it, mate. There's some just weird stuff happening. I wish I could do something about it. I did try and phone you before the show, hoping you would be able to maybe help with some settings. But I went through all the settings and I finally at least got this working, but now it sounds like I'm in a cave. So yeah, sorry about that. The curse of the sound carries on, I guess.
We have many Navy artillery people that say they can pinpoint laser, pencil thin laser, another ship 100 miles away. Well, if the Earth was a ball, 100 miles, 24,901 miles around, which most people don't even know that defend the globe, there would be a mountain over a mile high of water in between them, a hill of water a mile high, but they can hit it with a laser. Same thing with submarines on the bottom. They can send sonar, hit another submarine 100 miles away, but there would be a mountain of dirt in between them 6,600 feet high. That's over a mile. Okay?
Yeah, well, look at Wales, for instance. They use echolocation, and it travels thousands and thousands of miles. If it was curving, the echo would not be working like it should be because it wouldn't return back to them. Yeah, I agree. Owen is ace. Again, thank you all for coming, and no Duper Poons, water is not curved.
Yeah, I was going to say, Duper Poons, demonstrate that, will you?
I doubt he would be able to.
No.
It's good to see you, Sergio. Thank you for coming, mate. Glad you could make it. Okay.
Right, I'll address these 2 points differently. Now first I'd ask Dave if he knows how the Navy's laser rangefinder works. And I'd ask for a citation for the 100-mile reference he just quoted.
Okay, so Scimandan would give 2 arguments. How does the laser pointer work? It usually works with line of sight, correct? And then the second one he says reference to 100 miles. Okay, I've got something better. How about how far does echolocation work?
Duper, that's water in motion. Idiot. He says a word.
The limited range frequency. Okay, now let's just go with the frequencies. We don't want the frequency, we want the distances.
Look at a bubble.
A bubble.
What's in the bubble?
That is tension. Wow. Okay. But I already started to look up for a citation now. Hey Gary Warbeck, good to see you. Glad you could make it. But yeah, guys, do you think we should just go and message Dan and ask him would he want to come debate with me? Because his claim is how to shut the flat earth up for good. And so far he hasn't actually had any arguments to present. So it shows he's not an actual debater. And it shows he's a coward because this is how he's claiming to debate. First of all, he takes someone like Dave Weiss, which I would not take to say to someone debate because I don't agree with Dave Weiss on most things he debates with.
I think the closest Scimandan's got to debating was he once went on that Amigo, I think it's Amigo, with a sign. No, it was like random chats. Yeah, the sign saying I'm a flat earther. No, I'm a globe. Prove me the Earth's a globe. Prove me wrong. You know what I mean? That's the closest he's got to debating.
Yeah, he's saying the Earth is not flat. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. But I mean, this is it, guys. He just doesn't. This guy would get demolished by any opponent in a debate, and I mean anyone. I guess that's why he's too scared to do it, and so he does the coward way and say, well, if I was in a debate, this is how I would debate it, and then he makes idiotic claims like how to shut a flat earth for good. But he hasn't presented anything, so... Mr. Kurias, I don't bother, you've tried before and he's not interested, just let it go. The point is, he makes claims like this, and his claim is he's doing it on if he was debating him. So, if he's able to do this, it means he would be able to be a man and debate someone like me. Simple as that, correct? I mean, even not a Professor Dave is still running away from me like a coward. Okay, exactly, Rachie. Okay, let's go on.
Then I'd pull up this US Navy table to fire projectiles. Look at that last column.
He thinks because it says rain correction for curvature, he thinks it's curvature of Earth, guys. Shows he has never actually read through the actual papers. You do know that is based on drop of range. Does he know that? So when you shoot a projectile, it has a what they call a range drop. So as the further it goes away, the more it's going to drop because it loses energy. That's what that is for. Not curvature of Earth, mate.
Range correction for curvature. Now then I'd ask David if he knows how sonar works.
Resting bodies of water is level.
Exactly, Oriam. There is no debate because there is no physical evidence of a curve of a globe. We have yet to see anybody give us anything. But we get a lot of claims of science and measurements and whatever, but we don't get anything. And when they try and show measurements, they show calculations. So they don't even know the difference between calculations and measurements. And then when you go down to the foundations of those measurements to get the calculations, it's based on flat, horizontal, baselines.
Now sonar uses sound waves that reflect off the surface above and the sea floor below. It doesn't use line of sight sonar. Shocking understanding from Dave there.
Sonar, yeah, okay.
So there is no curvature. No one's ever seen it. No one's ever felt the spin. I haven't seen it. You haven't seen it. You haven't felt it. I haven't felt it.
Now at this point, I'd ask Dave if he could feel the internet that's flowing through his phone in his hand. I'd ask him if he could feel the electromagnetic field coming from the light in the room he's in. I'd ask Dave if he can feel the oxygen exchange in the blood in his lungs. We don't feel a lot of things, but it doesn't mean they don't happen.
And I would tell you that's an idiotic argument. It's a false equivalence fallacy, not to mention a straw man of his argument. Instead of debating what the argument is, we don't feel Earth's rotation, you go to say, oh, we don't feel electricity or whatever. Maybe if you break that globe and hold it with your hand, you'll feel the electricity flowing through it. Ever thought of that?
What a red herring.
Yeah, exactly. But not, there's a reason we would feel the Earth's rotation, which he thinks you wouldn't. It's because it's in different vectors constantly. And we've shown it on screen before with kryptonite physics, where with tangential rotation, it will change velocity, and therefore you would feel it because it changes vector and speeds. So you will feel the rotation of Earth. But this guy doesn't get that. But then how would he? He thinks a tractor with a partition in front of it is showing how conservation of momentum works with the air? Idiotic.
So why do people cling to this? It's a lifelong programming. So think of a puddle, right? What stops the puddle from flowing away? Well, the land around the puddle.
Yeah, what's going on, Michael?
Just amusing myself.
Puddle is higher, and that's containing the water. So a puddle, a pond, a lake getting bigger and bigger. Our world oceans is a giant lake, okay? and the shoreline of that lake is higher than the water, period. And it's holding the water in. Well,
Is it an ice wall? Is it an ice wall?
So the ice wall is programming from the Game of Thrones. It's not a wall. It's the shoreline of Antarctica. It's literally just the shoreline, which is at many areas, it's a couple of 100 feet high and it's ice. Okay. And that's why they call it the ice wall. So here is the shoreline of our world. And then out here, what's out there in the outer space outside of our pond? Right? Well, we're not allowed to independently go there. So imagine this.
Now, at this point, I'll ask Dave if he knows why the absolute water height level is higher on the west coast of the US than it is on the east coast. In fact, the Pacific Ocean on average stands about 16 centimeters higher
it's
than
holding
the
the
Atlantic
water
Ocean.
in. Really? It's holding the water in. Into what? So if that wall breaks through, the water all spills down into space or something? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, why would it be holding in the water? That's.
Yeah, I mean, you can take it this way. We got the basins. I mean, what's a basin? Basin holds water. They even call the seafloor a basin. But yeah, it's straw mans and red herrings straight through. It doesn't stop. And that's why I said with Dave Weiss as well. Some of the arguments he brings is really primer for people to make straw man arguments out of. That's why I said David Weiss isn't a guy to debate against, because David Weiss isn't really a debater. So yeah.
Well, he doesn't update his arguments a lot, right? That's it. Really, they hold on to a certain type of argumentation, which is like very much based on what happened around 2015, 2016, and they never really deviated despite all the new developments that have been figured out since then. They kind of stick to it, the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's what David Weiss does more than most.
Exactly. But that's what I said, David Weiss is more kind of mainstream flat earth. He's not, sorry, Scimandan, there's definitely echo, mate. There's nothing I can do about it right now. I wish I could, and I really, really apologize, guys, again for the sound. The sound curse carries on.
A question for David here would be, if the Earth's oceans are just one giant lake and water always finds its level, then why is there this discrepancy?
First of all, the oceans are moving all the time. Does Dan know that? Doesn't Dan understand that water finds its own level at rest? You know, keyword rest. Are the oceans at rest? I think not.
If Duper can't get that, either can Dan.
I mean,
I think Duper has a lot more sense than Dan.
I mean, we got different elevations based on mean sea level. I don't know what's so hard to understand. And he's saying moving oceans is now the same as, it's supposed to be flat. No, moving ocean waters is not at rest. This is how idiotic this guy is, he doesn't understand that.
Imagine this. This is, what if there's more land out here? What if there's more ponds out here, right? What if there's all sorts of stuff? You know, Admiral Byrd went out there, said there's at least 5 plots of land bigger than the United States.
Well, that was totally made up, wasn't it? I'll show the actual clip with the quote in now.
But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being.
An area as big as the United States, not 5 plots of land bigger than the United States. Now, I'd say to Dave here, why did you just make that up? Because if you look at it, there was an area as big as the US left to explore from the direction that Admiral Byrd was viewing from. And this is a perfect example of flat earthers twisting the truth to fit their narrative.
Twisting the truth. Okay, I would say, I don't know where he got the 5 lands kind of thing, because I don't know about that. But there's no, it's quite a claim, twisting the truth to fit their narrative. A lot of people do use Admiral Byrd saying, there's land and beyond and whatever. But I would rather stay clear of that, because Admiral Byrd was a Mason, guys. And how do you know he wasn't there just to cause misinformation?
No, but he found his knit. He found a knit, and he's picking it. That's what Scimandan does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you understand what I'm talking about Dave Weiss on this one. Why would he actually want to bring Admiral Byrd up? All the flat earthers that actually bring Admiral Byrd up. Because
it's kind of well known. It's been going around even as non-flat earthers. Like Admiral Byrd went around on YouTube a lot before the flat earth awakening basically happened. So a lot of conspiracy theorists that weren't into flat earth would know about him, right? That's why.
But like I'm saying, I wouldn't bring up that argument because I do know it's not just misinformation put by him, kind of thing. Because it could be there to put straw mans against the flat earth. Because a lot of flat earthers love bringing it up to try and defend the ice wall and lands beyond and whatever. But
it's not solid proof.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, I would rather stay away from that because it's conjecture at the end of the day.
Well, that doesn't work on a ball, okay? And wait till I show you something.
Even Nick's telling Pooper is stupid.
Yeah, Pooper, you might want to listen to Nick, mate.
Absolutely.
It'll blow your mind. But cut this out between the white and the green. So we cut it out, okay? And then we wrap it around a sphere, okay?
That's also true, Rachie. All those resources in Arctic supposedly that no one wants. But there's always so much mystery involved in Antarctica. You would think they would rather try and colonize Antarctica than go to places that violate natural law. I mean, there's so much resources in Antarctica that would make any country the superpower of the world.
That's right.
Yeah.
Droid's in chat. Can you give me a wrench? Because I can't be doing machine droid without a wrench.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm just saying to Droid, you're in element with us. Why don't you just join in voice?
He's in voice, but it went about here out like because we're like, but I don't even
know. True enough.
Yes, Labrador, he spoke of inner Earth. I know. But that's what I'm saying. I would never trust Admiral Byrd's information because he was a Mason and it's simple just to make misinformation to try and derail arguments.
In Photoshop, in whatever, and then we teach everybody, this is where you live.
That's also true. Nick Volt says, if the length of an atom is smaller than visible light, how do you see it? Exactly.
Exactly.
Tell him to Google it.
Duper says Google it. Yeah, I was about to say his normal reaction to everything. His normal answer. Google it.
Nick, you see the problem is they actually have a photo of an atom apparently. I remember this is funny. Look at this. There we go. There's the photo of the atom, mate. A picture takes astonishing picture of the atom. It's an astonishing milestone.
Are you guys denying atoms?
So yeah, it's very, very funny. But apparently this is a picture of the atom. Let's go with one that they got zoomed in. There we go. That is supposed to be an atom. But now I want to tell you, look at the size of those partitions there. You think the atom is, I mean, that's supposed to be made out of atoms, correct?
Yep.
Why is that atom so big? Does that make sense to you guys?
Doesn't at all, does it?
Scale just doesn't look right. Look at it, atoms exist.
Duper's actually shouting. Wow. Getting serious, Duper.
Duper, I'm going to ask you. Okay, maybe we can. If this is made out of atoms, everything's made out of atoms, correct? I want it. Please be respectful. Yeah. Wow. What's going on?
Maybe it's a buckyball or something.
Who's dying?
That wasn't me, not this time. It's usually me.
Okay, look at this. Okay. Okay, now I'm zooming in. Okay, let's do this for the fun of it. This is the so-called size of the atom. 1 point. Okay, let's say that's the size of the atom.
I was gonna say no, Nick. Nobody's denied it yet. That was Duper. It said about the atoms.
But now look at that. That's the size of the atom, correct? Now look at this shaft that's supposedly holding it. These are made out of atoms. Do you see a problem here?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Are they saying now, if I copy this, that is overlaid atoms like that. So there's 2 atoms to make one. No, mate. This is idiotic, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Nucleophys over here.
Is someone claiming that that's an atom?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a student.
Well, that's why I said maybe it's a buckyball.
And it's guys, and by the way, it's a student that took a photo of a single atom. A student of all people. Sometimes all it takes to capture a great photo is a DSLR camera, a microscopic atom, and a curious PhD candidate. The photograph entitled Single Atom in an Ion Trap won the overall science photography prize put by the UK's Engineering and Physical Sciences Research Council. The idea of being able to see a single atom with a naked eye had struck me, and I wonderfully directed the visual bridge between the minuscule quantum world and the microscopic reality. Nadlinger told the EPSRC in the press release, when it set off the lab with a camera and tripods one quiet Sunday afternoon, I was rewarded with this particular picture of a small pale blue dot. So he sees the small pale blue dot, and he begs the question, or affirms the concept, what you can say, that is an atom. That's a huge atom, mate.
Massive.
Because everything is made out of atoms. So do you get different size atoms now?
No. If they're the size of ants, you must do.
So I call bullshit. Sorry. Definitely call bullshit on that.
So did Nick.
Yep. And I would rather trust Nick than Nick wins. Definitely.
This is it. What did you just do? You literally put people in the matrix. They're in the matrix.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So does it say anywhere in the article what type of atom it is? Didn't catch it.
No.
So it's just an atom. Oh, okay.
Positively charged. It says an image of single positively charged strontium atom. There, strontium atom.
Oh, strontium. Okay. What?
Jimbo.
That big? Really?
Yeah, held near motionless by electric fields.
Jimbo, the poll was worded like that intentionally.
Yeah, it's definitely like that on purpose, guys. Strontium, there we go. Nick Wolf, correct. The Earth is a giant atom.
Yeah, I know.
Why, David? Why? Why pick a sphere? Science is the pursuit of truth. If the Earth really was flat, we'd have known about it for centuries and it would be an established fact by now. You know, I'm 99% certain that if the Earth really was flat, there'd be people like Dave out there claiming to be globe earthers.
Oh, you mean like you? He was projecting, guys. Yeah. It's a fact. It's not a globe. It violates natural law. It has never been scientifically validated. It has never been shown to be true. Only belief and faith. Yeah, Nick, 38 protons, but how big are those 38 protons?
True.
Yeah, I mean, if it's only 38 times bigger than a hydrogen atom, right? that shouldn't be really all that big. I mean, because protons are claimed to be singular units that are identical per atom, right? So if it's just 38 hydrogen atoms fused into one, how big can that really be? Big enough to see it like a little dot?
I doubt it. Slipper says correction. If the Bible said it's a globe, yes. The Bible says it's flat, so if that's a concession that the Bible also says it's flat. Yeah, Nick Volt says, well, I look inside protons. And are those protons the same size as that we saw that strontium called atom, do you think?
Is this with DLSR camera?
Yeah, use the DSLR camera.
And making stuff up, saying that the Earth is round.
Yeah, Duper in this instance, listen to Mr. Groovy House. It really doesn't.
Yeah, not via the visible spectrum, exactly. That's what I said, it's too small to be able to be visible. That's why we're laughing. So that pale blue dot doesn't mean it's an atom, it could just be electric charged ions. Not meaning it's an actual atom.
Prison for your mind, it's the globe. It's stopping your thoughts from expanding outwards, okay? So let me show you what I mean, because this is going to be mind-blowing. Have you ever...
That's brilliant. John Edwards, protons are small Korean cars.
Yeah.
I remember at a stage we used to get a lot of proton Gen 2s driving around.
Not bad engines.
No, they're okay, but proton not very reliable.
Car this end looks crap, but engines aren't bad.
Godzilla says, no, there's 12 claimed protons and all are different from each one in inseparable ways. Yeah, that'd be great, Nick. If you come and chat about that, I'd love to. I find that very interesting.
Seen this map? This map was discovered in a Buddhist
town. The other day, and that was a good look at atomic world.
Okay. Oh, what's he bringing up now? You see what I'm saying? What Dave's doing, guys? Was the world map made 10 centuries ago, and they're bringing up this one with extra lands beyond? How do they get these lands? Has anybody seen these lands before? Wouldn't that be a red flag for a person? I mean, even me as a flat earther, I cannot ascribe and say, oh, there's definitely lands beyond. And they draw these lands out like it's being had cartographers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where's the evidence for this stuff?
Well, there's certainly not any evidence for it, I don't think, at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite possible, you know what I mean? I mean, but we don't know this.
Yeah. Maker, how does the audio keep getting worse every video? I wish I could tell you. I have no idea. It's the curse of the bad audio. And I feel really bad, guys. I wish I could sort the audio out. I'm really under strain with it. But I hope you guys come here for the argument and not for the production. Obviously, I'd love the production to be better, but my hands are kind of chopped off at the moment. I do try though. It's not like I'm doing this on purpose, guys, and I really, really do apologise.
It's not like he hasn't tried. But I mean, before the show started, he was backstage for 2 hours trying to sort the sound out with Paul and that, you know.
App gaming, yes, I'm definitely getting a better mic. I'm going to be having a Shure SM58 coming soon with a nice audio processor, so it's definitely going to make a huge difference.
And it was published in the Hawaiian Gazette in 1910, and it shows 30, 40 other continents outside of Antarctica. Okay, so.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'd say Dave, do you know who Dr. Kobayashi is? I'd then explain how Dr. Kobayashi drew this map as a work of fiction, and that the Hawaiian paper in question still published that even though they knew that it was a work of fiction.
You see what I mean? Yeah, I'm 100% with Scimandan, believe it or not. Because this has shown Dave hasn't actually done his homework with that map. So yeah, I'm with Scimandan, believe it or not, on this argument. Scimandan did well, yeah.
And it takes you a lot to say that, so.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I said, Dave, Mr. Dan, if you actually want a proper debate, you know where to find me. Sean Hawkins says yes, because you can't have lies spoken through echo, and yet it's in here.
I know.
Hey, baby, thank you for coming, mate.
This is well known.
I
It's
think
quite
Sean knows
poor.
what lie means, to be honest.
Well, he is a walking lie, so he obviously knows what a lie is. Problem is, he lies so much to himself, he actually believes it.
That's what I'm saying. It must be like tar on his lips. He's just always there.
Or that Dave's trying to push this here.
We went on a ship tracking. There's sites that'll show you where all the cargo ships in the world are, and we see all the ships here. And then we said, oh my God, look at this. Look at these ships. For my other ship, we noticed some ships 400 or 500 miles inside of Antarctica. Think about that. How did they get there? How did they get in here? 400 or 500 miles inside the shoreline of Antarctica. And when you click on any of these ships, it gives you all the information: who the captain is, where it's going, the cargo, what dates, where, everything. We click on these ships, and there's very little information, almost none. One ship we found out, it's 580 meters long, 80 meters wide. That's a gigantic ship, Richard.
Are you sick of having...
No. Yeah. Simon, you're saying Sean loves me, Rachie?
That's a...
Okay, Bainbay, yeah, sorry about the echo, mate. I'm glad the video's audio quality is fine. Yeah, I'm struggling with sound, guys. I think I should start putting a disclaimer on. Please make sure you're deaf when you come and watch this. Then the sound will find sound. What? The sound will find. Well, the sound will be fine if you're deaf.
We'll have some fine sound.
Did Dan just say Mr. Globiashi? I think he did.
Globiashi Maru.
I think it's Globiashi, but I think it sounded like he said Globiashi. Not sure. Hey, Carol Oppo, good to see you, mate.
Massive ship.
Now, honestly, I've got no explanation here as to why some ships would appear to look like they're on the Antarctic mainland.
Well, we do. We have an explanation for that. Because Antarctica's not a continent. Maybe figure that one out, Dad. Very simple stuff. But Dan doesn't seem to understand that. He thinks Antarctica's a continent, remember? So when last has anybody seen ships traveling land? Hey, Two Wolves, good to see you, mate. Has any of you seen ships travel land before?
Oh, no. Not like
And usually the ships would travel in the ocean. So if they're showing in the middle of Antarctica, that means there's ocean in the middle of Antarctica. Hey, Refracted Philosophy, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Always good to have you in. Yep, it's definitely not a globe.
Now, I would postulate that perhaps it's a GPS error, or they're sailing in areas of water that for half of the year are sheets of ice.
That's actually quite a good argument for it. Sheets of ice. But how do you get to the center of Antarctica? You're telling me that whole continent has taken a sheet of ice? You do know there's actual ground in Antarctica. Not the whole thing is just ice. There's mountains and everything, dude. So, yeah, that dispels his argument for that. GPS, your GPS is supposed to be so accurate, so that would also throw away your GPS argument of accuracy then. Nick Wolf, I've seen a land shark before.
And all it said was it was registered in the island of Kiribati. Have you ever heard of Kiribati?
Never.
Okay, so where is Kiribati?
Exactly right. GPS, which is apparently so precise, is wrong. And I mean, that's not just little wrong, that's a lot of wrong. Refracted philosophy. I love having the stadium echo. Thanks for having me. Yeah, guys, I think it's a stadium echo because I'm in front of a large crowd.
It's like Wembley.
A whole crowd of 50 people in the stadium.
Do a Mexican wave and everything.
Bring
So
out the
let's look-
Fufuselas.
Yeah.
Out in the middle of the Pacific. I got a pin on it because you can't even see it. Here's the pin. And we're going to zoom in. Kiribati is literally a sandbar, okay? It's a sandbar, right? What's this giant ship heading south for from this sandbar, okay? What is going on? Why is the U.S. government and the Chinese government so interested in this island? China just gave them $10 billion.
Kiribati, as you pronounce it, is made up of over 30 islands. It's not just that one island. And it's one of the most at-risk countries in the world in terms of sea level, as none of it is more than over 2 meters above sea level. Now, could that have something to do with it, maybe?
Could be speculation. So I wouldn't really know because I've never heard of that islands before. What is Kiribati Islands, correct? How do you spell it? Krabi Island. Kiribati Islands? I don't know, let's just go back there just so we can see. Kiribati Island, okay. Kiribati Line Islands. Let's see on the map. There we go. That is what he was talking about. That looks like one island. But he's saying, Scimandan is saying it's a whole bunch of islands. Kiribati, that's Kiribati Line. The travel, their line, so they go from Los Angeles, Honolulu, the Line Islands of Kiribati, and then they go to Nadi. It could just be that they use it so they can, so they're able to stop there for whatever. But I mean, you don't see any actual, are there any traveling? Let's see. Is there anything there? Okay, there we go. Fanning Islands. That's not the Kiribati Island. We want to see if there's anything on the Kiribati Island itself. Oh, I got Google Earth. Google Earth Pro. Okay. Kiribati.
What we're on with here, Flat Zag, because I'm lost.
I'm trying to look for the island.
What island?
Kiribati Island. How do you spell this Kiribati Island?
Kiribati.
Kiribati.
Still.
There we go. Let's see where it is. Where it's situated. In the middle of nowhere. Okay, this is the Lion Islands. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Okay, there's practically nothing on it. You think you can actually go and have holiday there? It's actually looks like quite a big island, Dave, Daniel, or Dan, whatever your name is. This is why it says islands. It's one large island with islands in it. It's called the Line of Islands. Do you think there's any tourism to this place?
I can't see much going on now.
It looks like roads. But I can't see any buildings though.
I mean, I might go there, do a little fishing in some of them little lakey bits. But
really odd stuff. I mean, there's not much to see there. It's got roads.
What's claim about it?
He's saying why?
A ship was sailing from it or towards it or something like that.
Yeah, why would you have some large ship sailing towards and from it, and they're giving so much money towards and stuff? It's just very odd stuff.
Who's claiming that? Like
Dave Weiss.
Dave Weiss, yeah. And then Dan says maybe because let's go back to Dave's argument quickly.
Maybe because people live there.
Yeah, no, he's saying maybe because I just want to go there. Just see what he says, because I can't remember exactly what he said. Did I just forward the video? Yeah, I just did. Oh, sorry about that.
Saying that the Earth is round.
And that's a prison for your mind. It's the globe. It's stopping your thoughts from expanding.
We're already past that.
So, these ships, it gives you all the information, who the captain is, where it's going, the cargo. That's a gigantic ship, Richard. That's a massive ship.
Now, honestly, I've got no explanation here as to why some ships would appear to look like they're on the Antarctic mainland. Now, I would postulate that perhaps it's a GPS error, or they're sailing in areas of water that for half of the year are sheets of ice.
And all it said was it was registered in the island of Kiribati. Have you ever heard of Kiribati?
Never.
Okay, so where is Kiribati? So let's look out in the middle of the Pacific. I got a pin on it because you can't even see it. Here's the pin. And we're going to zoom in. Kiribati is literally a sandbar, okay? It's a sandbar, right? What's this giant ship heading south for from this sandbar? Okay, what is going on? Why is the U.S. government and the Chinese government so interested in this island? China just gave them $10 billion.
Kiribati, as you pronounce it, is made up of over...
Kiribati. It says Kiribati.
Kiribati.
He says it's Kiribati. Let's do it. Kiribati.
Kiribati.
There we go. It picks it up. Now let's do it with Kiribati. What he said, Kiribati. No. How did he say it?
Kiribati, as you pronounce it.
Kiribati, okay. Kiribati. Don't get that. Sorry, Scimandan, something's wrong. It says Kiribati it picks up. It doesn't pick up Kiribati. So
yeah,
there's already wrong with that information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see what else he says.
But can you explain to me why are we talking? What is he trying to say?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out what Dan's actual argument to this is.
Made up of over
but what's
30...
Dave saying about it?
That's what we're trying to figure out. Davy's saying that it's weird that the Americans and the Chinese are so interested in that island that they gave, what, he said $10 billion to it? To that island in the middle of nowhere. That's why I said it's very fishy.
It might be like a stepping stone island for something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But let's see what Dan says about this.
Islands. It's not just that one island.
He says it's not just that one island, first of all. It's one island, yeah. It's called the Line Islands because it's an island of islands. It's a huge island with little islands inside. That's what's called the Line of Islands. Now, it reads Line Islands. I think it's not just one island. Yes, Kiribati Islands. It's islands inside one huge, large island. Okay, but anyway, it's gone.
Right. So, if I may,
yeah.
I could figure out a reason why there is interest in that island. It's because of the location. It's literally in the middle of a giant region, so that would be a great location for an advanced radar system or some long distance apparatus. Who knows, like a HARP system or whatever. So yeah, it's very
100% agree.
strategical.
Yeah, because I mean, who are you gonna get anywhere close to there? Look at that. Where are you gonna get anywhere even close to be able to see what the hell they're doing there? I mean, what? There's an island. How far away is this island? This is like one of the closest islands to it. And it is, let's say, nautical miles. 1,745 nautical miles away. There's no way someone's going to be able to see anything going on that island from that distance. So yeah, it could be anything that it's putting there. Really odd stuff. Oh, there's another one there. I saw another island.
Wow, I'm just looking at the whole maps thing. Zoomed out is a globe, and then yeah, the island seems to be like in the middle of nowhere. What use would it be to have a radar station right there, right? Because everything is around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in reality, it doesn't work that way.
Yep. Kiribati.
Kiribati.
Yeah, where did Scimandan come up with that it's supposed to be Kiribati? Did he just literally just make that up on the spot?
That's how it sounds to me. Let's go back and listen to what he said again.
He's trying to sound cultural.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's just improvising. It's so embarrassing.
Over 30 islands. It's not just that one island. And
Kiribati.
And he says over 30 islands. It's not just that one island. Okay, let's see.
made up of over 30
Well, 30.
30. Okay, let's try and listen. I want to listen again what he quickly says there.
Island. China just gave them $10 billion.
Kiribati, as you pronounce it, is made up of over 30 islands.
Yeah, he said Kiribati. Where? What's a Kiribati? It's Kiribati. It says
It's like a baby bass fish.
And he says it's made out of 50 islands. You see, that's the problem with this guy. You have to know Kiribati Islands. Okay. You see, the islands of Kiribati, there's Tawara. Now you see all these different ones and say from across the world. Okay, let's see. Kiribati consists of 32 atolls and one solitary island, Banaba. The islands are the wetest atmosphere. It is Kiribati. No, Kiribati is probably the whole of them. He's talking specifically about Kiribati. Is he not? These are all the islands.
Well, you know when you type Kiribati into Google Earth, does it take you to that island?
Yeah, it takes me to Kiribati, that island.
Well, then that's what the island's called.
List of islands of Kiribati. Okay. Now they give all the coordinates. This is one thing I wanted to ask FTFE the other night. You see the coordinates on his little globe, correct? How will he know the coordinates if he has no grid? Oh wait, you can't. Let's do this way. Now, I'm not showing any grid on here. Now let's tell him, go to this point here and give me the latitude and longitude of this point. And then I want him to tell me what the distance is going to be from that point to this point, which has also a different latitude and longitude. What's the distance from that point to this point on his toy globe without having any reference to what the latitudes are? If I give him a latitude, let's say 32 degrees south, and then we move to 50 degrees north or whatever, how will he know where it is on his globe? Because he has no grid.
You wouldn't.
You need a grid for that. Uh, Yes, Google pronunciation slip radar. But have you noticed pronunciations of Google isn't always correct. Let's, for instance, take, what was the other night when I asked you guys what is it? Can you say 36 in Afrikaans?
36, yes. 36. That's what it sounded like to me. 36.
Okay, listen what they said.
What? 36?
36.
That is 6 in Afrikaans.
It's Dutch.
Okay, what?
36.
36.
36.
It would be 36 in Afrikaans, so it would be Dutch as well, wouldn't it?
How did you guys 36? Wacht.
36.
36.
36. That's how I pronounce it.
A little harder, not so softly. 36.
36.
Say it with
36.
36.
36.
That sounds more German now.
Hey, 36.
It's a little bit of Scottish in there as well.
Yeah.
Of course. We have to have those. I mean, it's our staple.
Absolutely.
You do all over the place.
Richie says 36.
36.
That sounds Welsh. 36.
Korea says you don't need a grid. I can navigate to my nearest big city. Yeah, in a city you got landmarks. In the middle of the ocean you got no landmarks. So if I'm telling you go to 30 degrees south in the middle of the ocean or whatever, and telling you to please take me to 50 degrees north, how are you going to know to do that if you don't have any grid to pinpoint those locations? That's what a coordinate system is. No coordinate system, no way to know where you are in the middle of the ocean. You know that with nautical navigation, it's based on a coordinate system. So when you're looking at a star, you know its coordinate system. That's what these idiots don't understand. But anyway, let's get back to the video because I still think this is just a funny argument brought up by Dave. Doesn't really matter, actually.
It's not just that one island. And it's one of the most at-risk countries in the world in terms of sea level, as none of it is more than over 2 meters above sea level. Now, could that have something to do with it, maybe?
I don't know what that's got to do with anything. Why would they give them $10 million just because they're 2 meters above sea level? Dan Kira, thank you. Says someone threw a can of Coke at my head. Good thing it didn't hurt. It was a soft drink. I love dad jokes. Very good. Very good joke, Dad. What is the other one I heard the other day? I got fired from my job at the bank today. A woman came and she asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her.
That's pretty good.
Someone said have a hectic sound.
You're just about on 3,000 subscribers, Flats.
Yeah, almost there.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this.
What's going on here? Okay? What's going on here? And I contend, what if, Richard, what if they have shipping to the outer lands?
Oh, no. Oh. No, you see why I say Dave Weiss is not a debater, guys. He brings up idiotic stuff like that. So he's making a... he takes something like that and he uses it to try and push out his outer lands belief. Which is wrong, because you're giving him ammunition to fire back. That's just stupid. You don't do that.
There's a trade route. What if they're trading technology? What if they're trading food? What if they're trading people? Maybe it's...
Trading people. Really? Yo. Okay. Sorry, Dave. No. I think Dave must go and sit and actually think on some of the arguments he brings up. I admire Dave on some things, but there's some arguments like that. This is just... No. Sorry. Please. It's embarrassing us.
human trafficking. We don't know.
Then stop making stuff up, Dave.
Sorry?
I'm saying Duper can talk. He says Dave is so dim. I think he means dumb, but yeah, he can talk. I think you're in level, Duper, about the same level as Dave.
This is the problem. Honestly, a secret shipping route to what you perceive to be the outside of Antarctica is simply preposterous.
And you see why a lot of the times we say so-called flat earthers that represent us are not actually flat earthers, because they come up with mumbo-jumbo rubbish like this, and it gets pushed on the rest of us. It's idiotic. It's stupid. I mean, would you ever come up with an argument like this? And if you did, would you actually share it with everybody until you actually have concrete evidence of it?
Well,
I mean, there was quite a plethora of claims made there. I mean, human trafficking, trading people to outer lands. It's really bad. Yeah, and I mean, it kind of makes now all flat earthers look idiotic and stupid, because that's the stupid argument he has been shown there. I mean, let's go look quickly on their globe here. The island is here in the middle of nowhere. Where is it going to trade to outer lands? What outer lands? Where?
I mean, sorry, I have to speak up for a second, because, like, yeah, David Weiss issues with this. It's silly to bring that up, but I mean, Scimandan is still attacking the man for bringing it up, and that's sounding silly. Like, where does the actual flat Earth versus globe come in this this video? I mean, I still don't know what the point really is here.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yes, Rachel, there definitely shouldn't be any fighting. I 100% agree. But also, some arguments are really idiotic, and I don't think it should be placed on us all because some people want to make arguments like that. But yeah, Scimandan, this whole video, the video is actually ending about now. What arguments has he actually brought?
It's just ad hom, all of it. Oh, look at how stupid that thing's. Oh, you got this detail wrong. Oh, you made that up. No, it's just whining. All ad hom, all of it.
He hasn't actually rebutted. That's what I said.
No.
This How to Shut a Flat Earth Out for Good is an idiotic, and you should change the title. You should be embarrassed to have this title, because it's more like you're saying how to strawman and red herring.
And I bet you Dave's been on 10 other YouTube channels since that, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm calling how to spout the same crap I usually do.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so Dan doesn't actually have anything.
Wow, I am done with this one for good.
That was Harry. Harry just sneezed the house down.
Right, well, one thing, you know, at least Scimandan is consistent about how pointless he is.
YouTube says, what kind of exercise did Jesus do? CrossFit. That's actually a good one.
I don't like that one, sorry.
I like it. It's okay, it's kind of dark, but it's... But
I like these. What did Spock? I like these other one. What did Spock find in the toilet? The captain's log. That was good.
That's a brilliant one. Tony Whitcomb, thank you very much for your £20 super chat. Really, really appreciate it, mate. He says, did you know that the R value would change on rising sea levels if we were on a globe? Yes, it did. Because then we're on a blown spheroid, a geoid to be exact. It's not the same radius value anywhere. So yeah, thank you very much for your £20 super chat, Tony. Really, really appreciate it. You rock.
Yeah, that's weird. That's interesting. I've never actually thought of that, and that's so simple.
It's very simple. It's very simple. But yeah, guys, Dan has not brought anything at all to this video, which is sad. You would think he would have had something to bring. Again, guys, I really apologize for the bad sound.
Oh yeah, he's still got that lovely globe behind him, isn't he?
Oh, he loves that glove. I don't think he'll get rid of it.
Oh no.
The Cure is a great band. Yeah, The Cure's not bad.
Yeah.
Woo, it's good to see green. Okay. So, what do you guys have to say about this whole video? Did he succeed in shutting flat earthers up for good? Hey, Diversions, good to see you, mate. Glad you could make it.
Well, I'm not mute, so no, not for me. No,
Well,
just same old stuff.
to really get to us, you got to actually have a point, and all he did was just a bunch of red herrings and ad homs, and he didn't technically even address any argument.
No.
Exactly, he had nothing.
And just the usual rhetoric and the usual tactics of trying to making himself look stupid, not making like any flat earther looking stupid. He makes himself look silly.
No, it's idiotic. Oh, wow. I thought there was going to be more to this video, but I was wrong. As usual, give the guy the benefit of the doubt and then I get let down. I was hoping there was something that we could, but instead we had to just Google on how you pronounce an island.
And this is a new video for Scimandan, is it?
Yeah. This is...
He's using quite old footage, isn't he? Really? Of Dave West.
Nick Volt, well, to be fair, most in chat do the same thing. Yep. It actually doesn't matter where you go in chat, it's always the same. Must we look for more Scimandan? Are you guys interested in that? To be fair, he doesn't really bring anything of value. Let's see. Oh yeah, this was the other day. This was Tuesday, I think. This guy's presenting why the Earth is expanding. So in other words, Scimandan is going against the expanding Earth, and in that detail, he's quote-unquote debunking his belief in general relativity, because according to general relativity, the globe is supposed to be expanding constantly, hence the acceleration for gravity to exist. Is there anything else you guys think we can chat about this guy? Or do you think we should invite people to come onto Element to have a chat?
Why not?
Are you guys up for that? For a while, see anybody who wants to come and
Sure.
have a chat?
Maybe we could ask him why he thought that us and our reference frames were ruined. I don't think he ever actually addressed that.
No, he didn't.
No, never. So Paul, do you think I should add them to here or to that Flat Earth chat? I think Paul actually created the Flat Earth room for them. So I'm going to invite... Oh, sorry, let's share this. Continue. Yeah, just wanna copy. I'm gonna put it in for you guys if you guys want to come. This is Element, because I'm actually wanting to move away from Discord as much as possible. Please do hop into Element. It's much more secure though than Discord, to be honest, guys. So definitely well with it. Is there a... Paul, have you set up a chat room in this? No, it hasn't. Let's quickly. New video room. I don't have admin rights there, Paul. Sorry. I can invite people, but we can't get them to actually go and chat. Okay, so do guys join that Element if you guys want to come and chat, and Paul will let you guys in. Then we can all chat. Gravity made me 20 pounds overweight. No, that was the food you ate. It's like the stupid questions I get from the ballers now, you know, because when I was talking about last night with Nick, and we were talking about density and stuff. So they say, okay, but when you go down in the ocean, the deeper you go, the more pressure is on you. Does that mean there's more density? No, the density is the same with the water. you just got more of the water pressing on you because there's more of it. It's like taking a feather and sticking it in a, let's make a feather cushion, for instance. You stick one feather in that bag. It's not going to make a pillow, is it? Now you're sticking 100 of feathers and it sort of makes a pillow. Until you keep adding enough feathers until you have a puffed up pillow. Now that pillow as a whole is a system. There's still separate feathers in the same system. It weighs more now because you've got more of those things in the system. That's it. That's all. That's how it works with the water. There's just more of it on top of you and around you. Simple stuff.
Genie Edwards or John Edwards, whatever. Gravity made my nuts conkers. That's pretty good.
YouTube. New times Roman walked into a bar. The bartender said, "Please leave. We don't serve your type." Yeah. So, we can probably end the show, yeah? It is 11 o'clock anyway. I think we had a good show. Sorry again about the echo, guys. It's like really bad. I'm going to try and see if I can sort something out with the settings quickly for tomorrow. Because this is unacceptable.
Chastise yourself later, Flats. Don't worry about it right now.
I'll get the whip out.
Yeah.
Bad boy, bad boy. Thou shalt not echo.
It was actually really good reviewing the Dan video without having to listen to him.
True enough.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I would like Nick to come on again and actually discuss the atoms and things, because that is more on the line of work he does. So that'd be quite cool.
And see how you can do the Kobayashi Maru without cheating. Captain Cack did it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to say bye, guys. It was interesting. Scimandan, if you're watching this, which you probably are, would you please come and contact me and actually be a man and debate? Which I know you won't because you run away. Also, change your title because it's totally misinformation title. That it's not what was sold as the product to us. You made a claim of something which is totally wrong. So we can call it then, what do they call it? Clickbait?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't like clickbait, do we? So please change your title. Rachie says 4 more hours of of echo. Yeah, and see if I end the stream now, then I can try and see if I can figure out the settings for these echoes. I don't know how, but I'll try to figure it out.
I'd reinstall OBS if I were you.
Carl Echo says the echo is fixed. The echo feedback started when you fixed the YouTube output Discord. Now there's no echo. Thank you, television. I don't understand. Why is the echo gone? So there's only echo when we're watching a video.
Yeah.
So that means there's double channel playing somewhere.
It's crazy.
Really odd stuff. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm gonna try and figure out what's going on. But it's good to have you all guys in. Thank you for all the super chats, all the likes, the thanks, and whatever. Have you guys seen Face Reality lately? Thinking about it, I haven't seen him in a few days.
Not in a couple of days now.
Probably a bit busy. But okay, thanks all for coming. You guys rock. Please do go and tell Scimandan on his latest video, change your can't even think of the word now. Title. Change the video title because it's misinformation and it's false advertising. Flatsoid says so. Okay guys, cheers. I'll see you guys all tomorrow night then. Many blessings and may the pressure be with you. Cheers.